Well, hello, you wonderful people. I am back at Greenbow, but today is not trout fishing day. Today I will be fishing for, fingers crossed, bedding bluegill. It is March. It is May the 8th, I believe. It's, well, 6th, 7th, 8th, somewhere in there. It's early May, and from every indication I can find, bluegill should be either on the beds or preparing to go to the beds. And I grew up fishing this lake, so I know at least 4 or 5 bedding spots they have. I am hoping for a great day on the water with my fly rod, but I also will throw, surprise surprise, a wacky worm. This is also the time of year at Greenbow where you can actually catch some decent sized bass. They're either coming off the beds or they're guarding fry, and last year I caught a couple, well actually 2 or 3 for me, really nice sized bass out of Greenbow. Hopefully we'll have a great day with bluegill and also a great day with bass. You never know until you try, so let's get on the water and see what I catch. I'll be fishing 3 primary baits. This for my fly, you can see this is a black ant pattern. It is awesome, especially for these bluegills here at Greenbow. It's sinking, so you have to watch your line, but it works great. And no surprise, I'll also be throwing a Yum Dinger. It's the 5-inch red bug color. I love these. I buy so many of them. And it's one of those colors that just seems to work year round. It doesn't matter what time of year I throw these, I seem to always catch bass. And last but not least, I want to try something new. It's called Gulp Waxies, but they're called Waxies. If you can see that down there, not Waxies. They look like little wax worms. Never seen them before. I saw them at Cabela's, and they look like little wax worms. So I bought these. I wanted to try them and see if they work as well as wax worms. If they do, then I won't buy wax worms anymore. So that's the 3 baits I'm going to start with, and hopefully we catch something. One thing I did, I colored the plug for my trolling motor, so I know this is the side that has to be up when I plug it in, or else it will not work. It says on there insert, but it's black, so I colored it silver so I could see it. And I did get an extra mount for my Yak Attack. You can buy them separately. It's only like, I think $12 or $13. Wasn't very expensive. So now I've got them for the back of the boat and the front of the boat. And actually I have one more, and I'm going to mount one over there in case I want to film this way or that way. It'll give me some ideas, or give me options anyway. Supposed to have a throwing cushion on your boat. That's one other thing I need to put on here, but it's part of the law. And I got my net holder. There we go. Hopefully I'll need that quite a bit. Don't need the extra. I might need my rain gear. Got my rain gear in my yellow bag. My blue bag is cold weather gear. I won't need that today. There is a slight chance of rain, so let's throw the rain gear back in the back just in case. And I like having my measuring board. And I kind of worked out with my measuring board. I was going to install some kind of a way to hook it to the boat, and then I kind of realized, well, I've got these rod holders right here, and this still has my leash from the kayak on it, so I just hooked down through the bottom of these rod holders, and then I've got it secured to the boat so I don't drop it. It's a $70 measuring board. I don't want to lose that thing. And I got it on sale, so I think I got it on sale for like 50 something. Probably because it's purple, but you know, who cares. All right, got my things off the back of the boat. I'm not going to need a jacket. I got my fly rod all ready to go. Don't need anything else out of my camera case. I'm going to put that back in the truck. Let's get my batteries, my lunch, some snacks. Yes, I'm always way over prepared. My wife makes fun of me all the time. Got some drinks to drink because, you know, I'm sure I'm going to get thirsty out there. I'm just so used to fishing out of a kayak. I'm used to taking everything with me. So it's just, I know eventually I'm going to get used to the fact that you just throw a cooler in with a couple drinks and you're good to go. But, you know, I've got sandwich, I got an apple. Already I got to remember, I need to put in my plug. I would definitely miss that. And I need my phone. Get my plug in. There's my screen I have on there, working just fine. That's that video about learning about those things. All right, got that on. I've got my straps off the back of the boat. My motor's loose. Put it down a little bit. Alrighty. Need to loosen the front of the boat. Let's make sure got power for my trolling motor. That's good. Okay, now let's get on the water. Surprise, surprise, I'm going to fish my red bug yum dinger right now. The wind's kicked up and this is a deep bank just right off the boat ramp, but I'm going to see if there's anybody home, bass wise anyway. And then hopefully it's the first beds I want to fish are on down that way anyway. So we're gonna throw this red bug for a minute or two, and I'm still trying to learn how to use my trolling motor in wind. So everything I'm doing this year is all about learning, and I am using my foot pedal to steer, and I've got my remote to set the speed up and down. Yeah, I definitely need to move that pole over here because it's interfering with my casting. So when I get home, I have another track. I'll put another track right there, and that'll get that out of my way. Gotta learn how to outfit the boat. I may put one straight behind also, which will get the whole front of the boat. This is that first area of spawning beds, so I'm wanting to see if I see any activity here. You can see some of them up there in the sun. And you can see all through here are bluegill spawning beds. I just don't know if anybody's home. It looks a little bit stirred up, so that's a good sign actually. I just can't tell. This frickin' wind. Cannot tell. Well, I will come back and fish these. It's just hard to tell what's going on. I hope they haven't spawned already. I've missed it the last 3 years in a row if they have. Well, I think I'm going to give this Gulp Waxies a chance here. I'm still on that spawning bed. I kind of thought about it. I thought, you know, I can't tell what's going on because it's too windy. So let's just go ahead and throw a waxie out there. I've got just a little slip bobber here set up. So let's just see what a waxie does. I mean, it looks like a little wax worm. That's all it is. I've got just like a little, it's a size 6 octopus hook. So let's just see what it does. I have a motor on spot lock, and here comes the wind, but I'm on spot lock, so I don't care. I'd be not having fun in my kayak right now, that I can promise you. And that's right in the middle of those beds. It's only 3 or 4 foot deep there, if that even. We've had such a weird spring. We got really warm in March and April, and then May, here it is May, and it's gone back to being cold again. This is why you want spot lock. If you're ever debated if it's that important. I mean, I don't know, this is a good 15-20 mile an hour wind sometimes, and I'm staying right on my spot. As frustrating as it is to fish in the wind, if you've got a good trolling motor, it makes it a little more enjoyable. I mean, this wind is something else. We'll go back on spot lock. See if it's going to stop me. And there's beds all down through here, so. Oh, there's a bite right there. Okay, well, that's a start. Oh, there's a bite right there. All right, we got activity. I have just one little split shot on there, and then it's kind of free floating behind that split shot. And I'm set at about 4 foot deep. Oh, there's a bite right there. All right. Oh, shoot. Well, there's activity. That's what I wanted to know. There is activity. Ever wonder why you want spot lock with your boat? I'm sitting right here. I haven't moved. I've been on this spot. The wind has picked up. It's died down. It's picked up. It's died down. And I'm still right here on these beds, able to fish without having to worry about anything, readjust or anything. That's why you want a spot lock trolling motor. If you've ever wondered, is it worth the price? To me, on a windy day, it's well worth every price you pay. That's more toward the middle of the beds. There's still beds over here too. Oh, there's a bite right there. All right, that feels like a nice bluegill. We got bedding bluegill guy. Very nice. That's a bedding bluegill. All righty, cool. And that was on those Gulp Waxies. So hallelujah. That's a nice little, probably a 7-inch. Let's see. Yeah, he's 7 1/4 inch. That's a little 7 1/4 inch bluegill. All right, so we do have activity, and that is a spawn size bluegill for this lake. So if this wind will die down, we will have a very fun day today. If nothing else, I'll use these little waxies. Cool. All right, let's see if we can catch another one. Not a skunk. If you've never used a slip bobber, they're really pretty dang cool. Now I've got my little split shot set right there, which stops the bobber this way, but you this little red bead, you can move it up and down. I want to actually shallow this up a little bit. So that's only about 2 foot deep now. Because where I'm going, I want it to kind of float over the top of the beds. So if you've never used a slip bobber, they're really pretty sweet. Not hard to rig up at all, and once you know, I keep it on this pole at all times. It's kind of my live bait pole. But just another way you can fish out here, and using slip bobbers is a very fun way to do it. Let's go a little bit deeper. Now, the nice thing is, all I have to do is move this bead. And I'm gonna go, that's probably about, well, not 4, probably 3 foot deep. So let's just go a little deeper out to the edge out here and see if there are more off the beds, because those beds up there are pretty shallow. And I caught that one, but that was it. So let's go a little deeper and see what happens. Oh, oh shoot, that was a bite right away. Let's put 2 of these waxies on there and see if that helps a little bit. I just have 1 right now, so let me go ahead and put 2 on there. Alright, we got 2 on now. Let's see what that does. See if that's a little more enticing. I'm going to set it down a little bit. I'm going to cast up into the beds with this double. This wind is blowing really hard, and you can see I haven't moved. I'm right on these beds the whole time. If you're wondering if you want spot lock, I don't know how many times I'm going to say it today, but on a windy day, you want spot lock. One of the things I'll look for, like, I don't know if you can see all this pollen on top of the water, and then you can look over here and I don't see much pollen, which usually means there's activity underneath stirring up the water. And I can't tell if those are beds, but I want to throw my fly rod here. I went down a cove and I'm no longer at the mercy of the wind out on the main lake. So let's throw the fly rod here for just a minute. Put this on spot lock right here. I don't really need it, but we'll do it. And let's throw the fly rod. All right. I'll let that sink. Now this could just be a random bluegill, obviously. Oh no, that's a pregnant mama right there. Like I said, there's this area right in all of this pollen. Look at her belly. Yeah, she's ready to spawn. And that's just on that little, you can see it or not, that little ant pattern. That's a little spawning bluegill right there. So when you get back in some of these coves, you can see all of this pollen is just all covering right here, but right under that tree. And I fished this, I couldn't quite remember, but I thought there were beds here. And you can see that area there doesn't have this coat of pollen on top of it. So that's one of the ways that I kind of hunt these beds when I'm here at Greenbow, or well, any lake I guess, but Greenbow specifically because that's where I am today. And I came down here on purpose hoping this area would be clear, and it is. So let's throw another one. And I was letting that sink free float sink, or free line sink, I guess. There's another one. Not super big. Let's see, this may just be a small one. Let's see here. What do we got? I don't know. That's another pregnant mama. Look at her. Look at her little belly there. So I'm catching the females. I need to catch some of those bigger bull males now. Used to be easy to get out that little hook. But there we go. Another little pregnant lady. There we go. I'm wondering about this area right here. There seems to be a little bit of a clearing there from the pollen. So let's try the fly rod in there and see what happens. Just a little one. Okay, so that tells me what I needed to know. There's nothing, I don't guess that's the spawning area. Just a little fella came out of there. So let's get out of this cove and let's go around to the other cove. Set down a little bit deeper. Let's just see what happens. I think I'm just ahead of the spawn again. Or last year actually I was after the spawn. This year I think I'm ahead of it. It's just so hard to time. Alright, I don't know what that is. Well, it's a bluegill, and that feels like a pretty good one. So let's, yeah, it was on that gulp. Oh man, nice. Holy cow, that's what you come for. That is a big bull bluegill. So let me throw my fly rod in here for a minute. Spot lock. How about them apples? That is a nice sized bluegill. Holy cow, that's a big boy. That's 8.5 inch bluegill. Let's see. That's an 8 3/4 inch bluegill. He's almost 9 inches. That's a big bull. That's what I'm looking for. So let's throw the, put him on this side, I guess. There you go, buddy. Thank you. There you go. Well, let me throw my fly rod real quick right in this little spot. I'm just kind of going down the banks. I think they're starting to school up a little bit and getting ready to spawn, so they're not quite there. So I'm just trying to find where they might be. So let's throw the fly rod in there now. It's the beauty of spot lock. As soon as I hook that guy, I put that on. I can see some rocks up there, so it's a little deeper bank. Alright, nothing's happening, so let's go back to just throwing the bobber with the gulp and see if I can find a little group of them. I think I'm just a little bit early. I think the moon phase is not quite right. I mean, it's just like I need to retire so I can catch the bluegill spawn. That's a good one. I may just have to, I just think I'm a little bit ahead of the spawn here. And that's on that gulp, so I guess that question's been answered. Will they bite the gulp? It looks like that's another female. They haven't spawned yet, so of course by the time this comes out they'll have spawned. But it's the very first part of May, and she's still, you can tell she's still got a big belly of eggs. So I'm just days too early. Dang on it. Trying to time the spawn is just hard to do. That's See if we get another one. If we do, I'll throw the fly rod for a little bit. All right, there's another one. That looks like a potential spawning bed area. That's a male. There's a nice male. Let me throw my fly rod right there, because that's coming up onto a. In fact, I think I see a bed right there. Nice little male. All right. All on the gulp. Oh shoot. Yep, I think my freaking spotlight doesn't make me go all over it. Nah, it's just a little guy. That's just a little one. That's a little female though, she's pregnant still. Cool. Let's see if we can't get another one here. There's a little spot right in there, and it just looks like a potential spawning area. So I've caught a male and a female. Not very big. I don't know. Well, let's see. Well, it's spawning size. I would say that's a male. So they're right at the verge. So close. Not a very big one. He's 7. It's funny when you catch almost 9-inch ones, don't look as big. We'll put another piece of that waxy on there. This Gulp Alive waxy, and keep on going. That's pretty stirred up in there. I think they're preparing the beds is maybe what they're doing. Interesting. Let me get my fly rod in there real quick. Yeah, it looks like they're preparing beds right there. Because it's all churned up right in there. Well, not very big, I don't think. Let's see what we got here. Yeah, that's just a little fella. And dang it, of course he swallowed it. Alright, that's just a little one. So let me get this out of here and we'll catch another one, I hope, bigger. I don't know if that's going to show in the video, but that's all churned up. And I see there's 3 or 4 bluegill right there. I don't look like they're really big though. Let's see what we got. I think I've found an active spot, but I think it's just now becoming active. They're actually in chase mode right now. I saw 3 or 4 of them chase. Look, I'm guessing chasing a female. Just a little bit ahead of time. Dang it. And I hate to come back here. Oh, there's a bass right there. I hate to come back here next week. There's one. That's a nice one. Yeah, I found this will be an active spawning bed here soon. They're schooling up. They're chasing. That's a nice male right there. Come on, big boy. All right. That's a nice male. There you go. That's probably a solid 8. That's a nice male. Thank you, bud. Let's see real quick how big you are. He's solid. Shoot. Tell you, when they hit this fly, a lot of times they just inhale it. Because if you think it's a little ant, obviously, there's nothing much to eat. Just inhale it, keep going. And then the ant bites back. I expect that. Let's see what he is. He is 8 inches. So there's another 8-incher. How pretty is that? What a beautiful bluegill. There you go, buddy. Get back here and make more. Good deal. Well, this is going to be an active bed right here. Anytime. Like I say, it's active right now. It's just they're actually preparing the bed. So the question becomes, do I want to come back here one more time? I've fished greenbow a lot. I don't know. All right, let's get another one. And of course my camera wasn't on. I kept watching that bass go back and forth, and I threw that daggone it, I threw the Cinco in there. That's probably a 14-inch bass. Daggone it. He is 13. So beautiful 13-inch bass that I did not get on video except to show you what he looked like. So, all right. Well, they're patrolling through there, so they're definitely ready to spawn. Here you go, buddy. Go eat you a bluegill or two. Daggone it. Been videoing stuff all day, and I don't video that. All right. Well, let me try and get another one here. Cool. Well, it was my first day on the water in quite some time, so I'm glad to get out. I just am missing the spawn by days. I mean, that one area back there was very active. There were bass cruising back and forth. There were bluegill all through there, and it was very muddy. So they're preparing the beds to spawn. So I'm just a few days early. Daggone it. I don't know what to do now next week. But anyway, for this one, I'm glad I came to Greenbow today. I actually caught a bass, and I didn't get it on video. It's a little 13-incher. And he was the one cruising back and forth back there over those bluegill beds. So I did catch him off bluegill beds, which was kind of fun. But I caught some on flyrod today, which was kind of a goal I had. And I caught some using those Gulp Waxies, the Gulp Alive Waxies. Now, I think they would bite live bait better than the Gulp, but they did bite it, they did hit it, and I did catch some on it. So I'm going to keep those in the boat, and I'm going to keep that little rod hooked up for live bait. So if things are really, really slow someday, I'll be able to use those Waxies and maybe catch a few bluegill if nothing else. I want to say thank you all. I have hit 1,000 subscribers. Actually, I'm over 1,000 now. And lots happened since my last video, so that's pretty daggone cool. So what I'm going to do, not this video, but in an upcoming video, I'm going to put some kind of a contest in there for a couple people to get just a bunch of soft plastics that I like to use. So I'll send some 5-inch yum dingers, some 4-inch yum dingers. I'll send some Kitech. So I'll do that for a couple people. So not in this video, but in one to come soon, I will do a 1,000 subscriber thank you, and maybe for the first 2 or 3 people that are able to figure out what I want them to do, which it won't be that big of a deal. But I'm just thinking basically have someone, the first 3 to make a comment on what I say to make the comment on in that video, then they'll be the 3 or the 2 or 3. I haven't decided yet. I gotta go see how many yum dingers I have left at the house. So, but I want to say thank you all so much. 1,000 subscribers. That was my goal, honestly, for next year. So I've already hit it a year early. I am making tens and tens of dollars now. I don't do this for money, obviously. I do it just because I enjoy doing it. But fly rod. Oh, another thing I have been doing and I've wanted to do is I'm learning much more about the Terrova. I've never had a trolling motor, so I'm learning how to use it. I'm learning how to use it in some mad geese over there. Learning how to use it in wind. And today wasn't as frustrating. I was able to keep myself going, and God, would you all shut up? I'm trying to record a video here, you jerks. Oh, they don't care. So that was good. And then learning just how to guide myself down the bank using either my toes on the pedal or just using the remote. Either way, today really wasn't that bad with the Terrova. And kid, you've got to be kidding me. I mean, here they are. Shut up! They're probably telling me to shut up. All right, anyway, it's enough for all this stuff. I'm going to say, if you've made it this far in the video and you don't mind hearing some old dude talk a lot, I would ask you to subscribe to the channel. I really do appreciate it. And thank you for watching, and I'll catch you in the next video.